paused, if it is stopped, it will become another recording. Okay. So anyway, that's why I asked the question. I think it was stopped.
It's by mistake recorded on the computer, Guruji. So we have to put it. So that's fine. We'll do it.
Good, good. So yeah, I'll repeat now. Okay. So that calf example I was giving to show that the I'm holding the calf by the tail instead of holding. Really, I want to hold the calf by the rope, and so at least I have the tail. That at least tail is dhamma, so that I can maneuver myself and get to the rope, so I can hold the calf properly, and calf will be under my control. That example is there. In Tamil, there is a particular proverb. I forget what it is called, and so that's the example.
தும்ப விட்டு வாழை பிடிக்கிறது.
தும்ப விட்டு வாழை பிடிக்கிறது. So dhamma, that catching hold of the tail is called dhamma. Holding on to the rope is called shama. Rope means full control. Tail means I have to work on it. I have to work on it. It's not an ideal way. So that is the example we were giving here. And so look at how much psychology is involved in this. How much these are all words that we can meditate on also, but it's meant for us to implement in our lives. And so I was talking about this vak tapas. Vak tapas. So how can I apply this to my daily living? For example, I have a habit of saying things and regretting later. Saying things and regretting later. So this is anybody's problem, own problem. So I'd say, okay, satyam vada, priyam vada, hitam vada. Speak the truth. That is the first thing. And so that will keep you in good stead. You can't go wrong. Speak the truth. Then what? Speak the truth, speak the truth, speak the truth. Somebody entered your house, and then what is this? You're wearing a flashy dress. Hey, no, Guruji said you should speak the truth. Hey, you should speak the truth. Does that mean you should speak all the truth that is there? A flashy dress, okay. It is flashy dress. But who said you should speak it? No, Shankaracharya said speak the truth. No, Shankaracharya said speak the truth, all right. But Priyam Vada is there. Next rule is coming. Priyam Vada and Hitam Vada. Two things are there. What is useless? These kinds of things you don't need to talk about. It's of no use to anybody. A statement like this. Yeah. Hitam. Hitam means useful. It must be useful. If it is not going to be useful, don't say, even if it is Satyam. Okay. Then I leave it out. All right. Then Priyam Vada. Whatever you want to say it in a way, in a pleasant way. We practice that in our conversations all the time. All the time. Just saying things. You want to offer a counter opinion, then you don't jump at it. You say something, prefix it, then you come to your point. So that the person who is listening to you doesn't react, does not make a mistake that, okay, you did not listen to what I'm saying. That feeling may not be there. So all these things are things we learn slowly. Nobody teaches us. We have to somehow learn these things. So all this is dhamma. Dhamma. Using free will, I have to practice all these things. And once I do it for so many number of times, for some time, maybe some years also, then it becomes natural to me. I get shama. Once I have shama, I don't need dhamma at all. Once I have shama, dhamma has done its job. No more free will required. That's the idea here. And so there is this. Swamiji gives an interesting example. He says, say, suppose the child slips and falls on the floor, and then it's crying, it's weeping. And then the mother comes and says, what happened? Ooh. Then, you mean the floor hit you? Really? How dare the floor hit my boy? Not good at all. And you know what? Immediately the child will stop crying. Did you notice that? Immediate, as though it processed completely. Hey, I thought you got hurt and you're crying. No, look at what makes us cry. It is not the hurt. Hurt we can handle, but there is something has happened that I can't. This injustice has happened. This injustice we can't deal with at all. Injustice is the hardest thing. Insult and injustice. That's it. The dharmic people can't deal with injustice. And so dharmic people need all the shama, dama, and all is for only dharmic people. And so the child stops immediately. Next time, if you do it, I'm watching all this, okay? Don't worry, Vikram. So then it's not smiling also. Instead of crying, smile also has come. That means I am not wrong. Wah, this I am wrong, I am a victim is our problem. The child feels I'm okay. I'm okay. But then if you constantly do it, you know what will happen? The child will get the idea. Always somebody else is wrong. I am never wrong. So the child will get into the habit of finding a scapegoat every time. So the parent has to be careful here. And somehow this accountability and responsibility also should be taught as the child grows up. And so, because the floor is being blamed for no reason of the floor. This is just okay, I'm helping you, but you have to process it. Okay, I'm helping you process the pain now, but further processing may be needed. So, all that we understand. And parikirtitaha. Kirti means fame. Parikirtitaha. Hey, it's well known. Dhamma is well known. You've not heard of Dhamma? Dhamma is well known in our Shastra. This is very important for us. Processing all your emotional pains and this and that, dealing with people, talking to people nicely and all that, and politeness and all, it's all well known. It's all well known to us. And, and it is well known in the Shastram also. Okay. Well known in the family because there is saying constantly, you're eating so many chocolates, you're so high, hyper. This is next we have to take you to the dentist. Why? Because there's so many holes in your teeth. And finally, only when the guy goes to the dentist and he starts drilling the hole, then only he realizes, oh, Amma, I don't know. I don't want these chocolates. What happened? No, I don't know what happened. So, there is a reason why mother says all these things. And we used to constantly do that. Constantly, we used to hear all these things. So, it is parikirtita. Every family also knows this. You don't need a shastram to tell me all these things. But by the way, shastram also tells me now, because now this has become important for Vedanta itself. And Shanto Danto Uparatistitikshu Braharanyaka Upanishad. Shanto reference to Shama. Shama plus Takta Pratyaya is Shantaha. Sham Dhatu is there. So Shanto, then Danto. Danto. Danto is not Dante, teeth. Dam becomes Dantaha. Dantaha means one who has Dhamma. It's called a Dantaha. Shanto Danto Uparatistitikshu. Like that. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also there is. And it is there. Bhagavad Gita also, 10.4 and 10.5, if you want to make a note. Buddhir jnanama sammohaha kshama satyam dama shamaha. So there, kshama. Next we are going to see next sloka, titiksha. That is kshama. Satyam damaha shamaha. The next sloka also is there. Matta eva pratak vidaha. Like that he says in 10.5. Then still the 16.1, I made a note. Abhayam sattvasham shuddhihi jnana yoga vyavasthitaha danam damascha yajnascha. Danam damascha yajnascha. Krishna brings damaha there. Swadhyayastapa arjavam. He's listing a lot of values there. Damaha is one of them. Then 18th chapter also, Shamo Damas Tapas Shaucham, 18.42, 42, 1842. All these places, Dama and Shama come. So self-mastery, in other words, finally, self-control, discipline. This entire list of 6, you can call it as self-discipline. Viveka is there, Vairagyam is there. Third is what? Self-discipline, which is going to have all this Shama and Dama also. All right. So Shama is maturity. Dama requires free will. It's a deliberate attempt to gain Shama. That is called Dama. All right. So next shloka. So we have to translate this, I think, right? Okay, let's do that. The placing of both the organs of perception and organs of action. The placing of both organs of perception and organs of action in their respective places. Okay, I forgot to explain this. After withdrawing them from their respective objects, after withdrawing them from their respective objects, is said to be Dhamma, is known to be Dhamma, is well known to be Dhamma. That is fine. So that part I didn't mention. Vishayebhyaha paravartya. Paravartya means withdrawing. Vishayebhyaha. What do you withdraw the sense organs from? Well, of course, from those objects towards which the sense organs go to. So it's called Dhammaha. Let me repeat that. The placing of both organs of perception and the organs of action in their respective places after withdrawing them from their respective objects is said to be Dhamma. Next sloka. बाह्या बाह्यानालम्बनं वृत्तेः. Who is after Priya?
Ramuji.
Yeah, Ramuji. Go ahead. बाह्यानालम्बनं वृत्तेः. Ramuji is not there.
Can I read?
I can read, Meera.
Yeah.
Can I read?
Rukmini ji, please go.
Okay. बाह्यानालम्बनं वृत्तेः.
येषो परतिरुत्तमा.
येषो परतिरुत्तमा.
सहनं सर्वदुःखानाम्.
सहनं सर्वदुःखानाम्.
अप्रतीकारपूर्वकम्.
अप्रतीकारपूर्वकम्.
चिन्ताविलापरहितम्.
चिन्ताविलापरहितम्.
सातितिक्षा निगद्यते.
सातितिक्षा निगद्यते.
Once again, बाह्यानालम्बनं वृत्तेः
बाह्यानालम्बनं वृत्तेः
येषोपरतिरुत्तमा
येषोपरतिरुत्तमा
सहनं सर्वदुःखानाम्
सहनं सर्वदुःखानाम्
अप्रतीकारपूर्वकम्.
अप्रतीकारपूर्वकम्.
So in this printout, there is a spelling mistake.
There should not be
So,
ka.
so this is must be dirgha pratikar, not pratikar. So pratikar. So I've read it. So let's put a question mark there. Let me find it.
In the PDF,
Gita
it is
Press has it,
Pratika.
Vish.
It is dirgha.
The PDF, it is Pratikarana.
It is Dirgha.
Apratikarana.
Okay, my PDF is.
No, in PDF it is Pratikara only, but Pratikara is Guruji is telling. PDF it is
Guruji,
So it must be dirgham. Not here.
And one more thing, Guruji, is it a three-liner this thing or a combination of two shlokas? Part.
Yeah, it's the numbering varies by book by book. Numbering keeps varying. So we will stick with one number. It doesn't matter. So sometimes there are 3 lines, sometimes 2, like that it goes.
It is they have taken partial from one shloka. That's what I'm trying to understand. Is it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same shloka though, same sentence only. So we will not get carried away with that. Okay. Apratikara purvakam
अप्रतीकारपूर्वकम्.
chinta vilaparahitam
चिन्ताविलापरहितम्.
titeksha nigadyate.
सातितिक्षा निगद्यते.
Titiksha. Matra sparshasthu kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तान् स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. We've seen it before in Bhagavad Gita. Second chapter. Very early on it comes. Titiksha. And then of course, Uparati before that. 2 words to underline in this shloka, right? Uparatihi. Yeshoparati Uttama. Yesha Uparatihi Uttama. So that Uparatihi is the next value, next qualification. And what is Uparatihi? Bahya Analambanam Vrittehe. Very bold statement here. Alambanam. Alambanam means support. Alambanam is a support. One meaning of it is support. Like this table is supporting this laptop. This particular divan is supporting this. I'm sitting on that. The back wall is supporting my back. Like that. These are all ashraya, support. Alambanam means support. The child has the alambana of the parents. Like that, there is one meaning, alambana. So here he's saying, vrittehe, bahya vrittehe, analambanam. So vritti means this, vritti means all thoughts, literally all thoughts. Okay. And here, aham vrittehe, that this sense that I have to need the support of so many things. Bahya vishayanam analambanam means I depend on so many things. That's the rule. Without without food, shelter, and clothing, life doesn't move. Life doesn't happen. Okay. I depend on so many things. That's the idea. That's the idea. I depend on so many. Human life depends on so many things. He's saying this aham vritti, put aham in within brackets, that I depend on things. That idea should go away. That means he's saying fundamentally I'm fine. And my body and needs certain things, all right. But fundamentally I am independent and I don't need anything. I am free. This vritti is important, he says. Ham vrittehe analambanam. Uparati means sannyasa ityartaha. That means I must mentally be a sannyasi. Okay, that's what he's asking. What a tall order it is. What kind of language it is, and what kind of requirements they're placing on us, Okay, so that aham vritti, the idea, we grow up with the sense that I, I need so many things. That's fine. But now, as I grow up, has there been any change in my outlook? Well, I figured I learned to define myself by what I've accomplished. Okay, that is how I define myself. My whole resume is my alambanam. My whole life is based on this. My life is being led on that. My resume, my accomplishments, my family lineage. I am this, I am that. Okay, my parents were singers. They were all from a big lineage of classical music musicians. And we are from Gandhi's family. We are this family. We are Rajputs. This, that. Like this, I have come to depend so much on my past and who and so many things, including family and lineage and things. Bahya Vishaya, he says, analambanam. This defining myself based on this Bahya Vishayas, external things, has become the norm for all of us. He says you better get out of that mindset. That is idea. This mindset that I have to define myself by my husband and wife, by my children, daughter, and what they are doing. Hey, what they are doing is up to them. You can't depend on you. Your definition of yourself cannot include them. Your definition of yourself cannot include your husband or wife. Your definition of yourself cannot include your gotra. Gotra is important, all right, but at some point I can't be defined by my gotra. Okay, okay. Your dharma, your so-called varna, etc., is all there, important. Kshatriya, Brahmana, all important. Krishna created, he says, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. Hey, I set it so I can bring I can regulate society and I can regulate human life. Because once I give free will, this guy is running amok. And so some regulation is needed. So everything is useful. But I can't take that to be absolutely real, and I can't take that to be fundamentally defining who I am. Therefore, he says, give up all these ideas slowly. Get used to giving up. I worked in this company, that company, I was this title, that title in the company. Good. Just leave it aside. Let it be. You are blessed to have all those titles. Think of it as a blessing. And who are you then? Now who are you? I am just myself. Can I say that? I'm supposed to be a Mukta Purusha. Later on, Shastram is going to say, and to accept that statement, I must be already developing that vision in my mind. That is called Uparati. What is it? Bhakya Vishaya Analambanam quietly is saying that. And so, this Mamakara and Ahankara is there. Mamakara, this is mine, that is mine, that is mine, that is mine. It's all required. To survive, you need that. But when I'm asking about moksha, artha, kama, and dharma is there. But I'm moving the needle is moving towards moksha. Therefore, it is better to start getting this vritti. I mean, this idea, aham vrittehe, bhakya, this dependence, this sense of dependence. It's one thing to say I'm dependent on so many things. That is fine. Physical dependence is there. Physical dependence will always be there. Always be there. Body depends on things, no doubt about it. But mentally, emotionally, what is the idea? What is my idea of myself? Am I a dependent person or am I an independent person? Independence should rule my heart. I am free. That idea should come later on, it's going to come. And so his Uparati says is an important qualification. Okay. And so again, being calm, not being extroverted, also is another meaning in some places. Tattva says Swadharmanushtanam. Swadharmanushtanam is Uparatihi. My God, what a definition that is. Okay, look at that. Another definition given by Tattva in another book. Doing one's duty is called Uparati. Means what? The whole life is a duty-based life. Indian culture is duty-based culture. Western society is a rights-based culture. Okay, rights-based means these are some of my rights. But here, duties govern our life. Not that there are no duties in the West. Not that we don't have any rights. But here, our idea is my duty will become the right of my children. My duty towards my children becomes the right of my children. So if I am duty bound, automatically rights are guaranteed. My duties towards my parents become the rights of my parents. So their rights, they get their rights, and I do my duty. But the emphasis is on duty, not on the right. If the emphasis is on the right, then you have to enforce duties. There has to be a system that enforces duties. And here, that system itself is the culture, is the system. Dharma. Dharma bhumi, karma bhumi, like that. We use those words for this Bharata Mata. Okay. And so therefore, those ideas also can be brought into this Uparatihi. Paramarthanandaji gives that meaning of withdrawing, not being extroverted, being a sannyasi, in other words. Uparati actually means sannyasi. Dictionary meaning of Uparati is sannyasi. Okay? So, building that sannyasa bhava is called Uparatihi. And that means now what? I should just run away from things. No, can't run away from things. Nobody can run away from things. Because the world is there. We are living in a world. So where is the question of running away? I can't run away from the world. Not possible. Therefore, I better learn how to deal with situations. This running away from the world is a wrong idea. Our Shastram never talks about it. Nowhere I see it's not there. It's emotionally. Bondage is emotional. Bondage is not physical. It's all emotional. Therefore, where is the question of running away? I can run away from the world. I can lock myself into a cave. So then what? Then all my thoughts will start flooding my mind. I should not have run away. I've left my family in the lurch. All these thoughts will flood my mind. The mind is going to project the whole world. Well, I think I'm away from the world, but really the world is there here. Right here it is there. It's going to be there. No chance. My memories will come and kill me, will finish me off. And therefore, there's no question of running away from the world. And so, that mamakara has to be taken care of. Yes, they are my children, but they are now free. And that freedom, I should also espouse that freedom. How am I going to espouse that freedom? By letting go of my mamakara. Because then they are going to have children. And how are they going to lead their life? Well, they also have to learn from their guru, or from me also they can learn. So that paratihi is an important value here, which Swamiji here Bhagavan Vashikara talks about not leaning upon any external thing, emotionally not leaning on anything. That is why Shama Dama and all becomes very important. Because I have to settle accounts. Otherwise, this is going to be very difficult. And so, Mamakara. And so, see what happens is Aham Vritti. The Vritti, see the word Vrittehe. Here is Aham Vrittehe. Aham. Ahankara. That sense of I have a sense of myself. And the more Mamakara is there, more this is mine, that is mine, and this house is mine, this is all assets are all mine, that is there. And the more I have the sense of Mamakara, the more I'm limiting myself. Look at this. Just look at this for a second. The more I'm grabbing and keeping to myself, I think I'm becoming secure, more secure. But really, the guy who's grabbing onto things is the least secure guy. What an irony it is. So I have to find a way to let go. How? And so this mamakara is the opposite of security, real security. How much can I secure myself? Physically, I can secure myself. But am I secure inside or not? That is the question. And so one side of the coin is ownership. I own this. These are all my things. One side of the coin is ownership. Other side of the coin is limitation, is parichinnatvam. I am only so much. The more I own, the less I'm sure of myself. The more limited I am. Shastra's definition is like that. The more sense of ownership I have, let's forget about ownership. The more sense of ownership I have, the less full I am, the more limited I am. Sense of ownership. I must own something in order for me to feel in control. I want to be in control of things. No, we need to be in control of things. But emotionally, what is my state? Can I allow things to be out of control? Means what? Can I allow things to be what they are? Can I allow people? Do I allow people to be who they are? Or I want to control everybody's behavior, everybody's thing, especially family members. Family, good place to practice all this.
Guruji, what is the word you said? Parichinvattam.
Parichinnam means limited, limitation, limited, limitation. Sense of limitation is called parichinnatvam. And so, because Shastram is going to talk about I am the whole, I am Purnaha, I am complete, I am what I am seeking. I already am what I am seeking. So to that vision, these are some of the opposites here. Purati is an important word. Krishna was talking about what? Matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha means what? Hey, the whole world is resting on me. I am leaning on the world. But Krishna is saying the world is leaning on you. What is correct? World is Matstani. The world is I am the support of the world. That is the vision. Advaita vision is there. So if I am supposed to be the support of the world, then I better inculcate this particular value of uparatihi, qualification of uparatihi. Like that Shankaracharya is saying. And then you have titiksha. Titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam. Titiksha. Sahanam. He says, put up with difficulties. Putting up with difficulties is called titiksha. Why? Because janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Because you have no control. You have some control over certain things, but finally you don't have control about many things. That's why dukkha is there. Otherwise, dukkha will not be there at all. Sorrow will be an alien word for some person. Sadness. There's no human being who does not know what sadness is because there are so many things that are not in our control. Nobody wants to get sick, but we do get sick. And he says, when sickness is there, better learn to accept it. Do whatever you have to do. Go to the doctor, take medicine, precautions, everything you take care of. But this thing will stay for a few days and then only it will go. Better enjoy titiksha. Better invoke titiksha. Titiksha means what? Shock absorbing capacity. If I can't even handle illness, if I'm murmuring constantly when I'm ill, how am I going to deal with all the other situations in life? Family members are there, relationships are there. Okay. And Janma Mrityu is there. Death is there. Before death, I'm going to have Jara also. Old age is there. So many things are approaching me from this side, from the future side. And I better learn to have Titiksha on some of the daily things. Use disease as a way to develop Titiksha. There is a shloka in the Upanishad. I don't know. I remember it. I can't remember it. It says, when you have the fever, you take it as a blessing. Blessing to do what? To learn that this is how life is. And therefore, there's no need to complain about it. I've done whatever is to be done, and so I'll go through the process. Diksha. So, I now use disease as a illness as a blessing to, because anyway it's happened. I could have prevented it, but now I'm in the process now. The train has come. I'm in the train. Okay. And until I reach the destination, I have to go put up with this. And so that attitude, that strength is called titiksha. Okay. And titiksha means putting up. Putting up doesn't mean being irresponsible. It's raining outside in the night. It is becoming cold also. And put up with the cold. But the window is open. Hey, it's quite all right to close the window. You have to close the window. Don't be foolish. If I don't close the window, it is not called titiksha. It is called mohaha. Sanskrit. Let's stick to Sanskrit. Modaha. Hey, modaha. People will call me modaha. That's what they immediately say. And so, no. Titiksha. Shankaracharya talked about titiksha. Yeah. You practice. Hey, I will give you more. If you want more titiksha training, you come to me. I'll give you training. Okay. So, don't be foolish. After the thing, if it is still cold, yeah, you do whatever it takes and then you put up with it and don't complain. And so this guy was going in the train. The family was going in the train, father, mother, children, everybody. Train. And so that was summer. This summer and Indian trains, it's a dangerous combination. If you've been in this situation, you know what I'm talking about. And they're all metallic boxes and then they're perfect. They're all heaters. And somehow we manage all these things. The train is moving, wind is coming, hot air is blowing. You want the wind, but hot air also is blowing. And you don't know what to do. And then the only thing you can do is have titiksha. Okay. And anxiety. Chinta vilaparahitam. You put up with the stuff, but without chinta. Without chinta means what? Chinta is anxiety. Hey, disease has come. So you have to allow it. Being anxious is not going to solve anything. Being anxious, chinta, okay, is not going to solve anything. So he says, put up with it without any anxiety. It's a tough call, but not tough also. It's we're used to that. We learn how to manage through situations, and so he says, chinta vilaparahitam. So without that concern and anxiety, it will take its time. You have done your best, so allow things to take its time. And then this guy is going in the train. The story is not over yet. And so, and then he says, father says, I'm thirsty. Where is the bottle? Then the son brings the bottle. There is only this much water. That's it. Yeah, I mean, I was also thirsty. Why? Only you should be thirsty or what? This bottle is only meant, it's meant for everybody. What about the other bottle? That's over. Empty. Come, give it. This is not enough. I'm thirsty. Yeah, Dad, next station is coming. Look, let me check the WhatsApp. Not WhatsApp, that train apps are there, And then, so you can, Dad, in another 15 minutes, train is coming. I'll get you water. Don't worry. Then, after 1 minute, I'm very thirsty. Everybody looks at each other. Ah, children are enjoying the train ride, but this father will not allow anybody to enjoy the train. So, then 5 minutes later, I'm very thirsty. You guys drank the water. I'm very thirsty. Dad, it's coming. We're nearing 5 more minutes. And this is called Chinta. And then Vilapa also. Vilapa is what? Vilapa is complaining about it. Complaining. Vilapa. Chinta Vilapa Rahita. This guy constantly complaining. No titiksha at all. And then station comes. The son went and brought some water, filled up all the bottles. And then he drank to his heart's content. Then the train starts. Everybody is doing whatever they're doing. And then calls the daughter and says, I was very thirsty. It's called Vilapa, unending. You don't know how thirsty I was. I was very thirsty. You people drank all the water. This is called complaining. This is called Vilapa. Complaining, wailing, lamenting. This is called Vilapa. And so, this tendency to complain, let go. So, Titiksha cannot include complaining. Titiksha plus complaining is not Titiksha. Okay, that is childishness, immaturity. Yeah, Premaji, you raised your hand. We are done with the class here, so we will. You have a question? Yeah. So we'll conclude this class then. So we have a few more things to discuss on Titiksha. Apratikara Purvakam. Ta Titiksha Nigadyate. Nigadyate means Uchyate. It is known as, it's called as. Titiksha is known to be these things. Chinta Vilaparitam. Sahanam Sarva Dukhanam. Sahanam, bearing with all difficulties, putting up with all difficulties. Putting up can have negative connotations. Okay, and so, but putting up means what? Accepting things as they come, without anxiety, without complaint. It's called titisha. And
Enduring.
enduring is good. Yeah, enduring. They have something called endurance training. So without going to that hiking, you can do some endurance training at home also. That's what Shankara is saying. We'll discuss this. Okay? We'll complete it in the next class. Apratikara Purvakam is there. And a few more things I want to talk about. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Om Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahitah Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayaः Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.